ladies and gentlemen, THORnews' comprehensive coverage of all things continues. And I'm in a weird mood because I'm just beat, tired, and because I've been covering the storm for like 20 days, technically. And so if I say anything dumb, you're going to have to forgive me. And the basic premise of this video is Henri, the hurricane, now has an eye. But basically, look at this. You have a big storm coming in here, and it wraps all the way around, really. And then you have Hurricane Grace, which is probably now a tropical storm, which is smashed into Veracruz, Mexico. It's a Category 3 major hurricane, but now it's by a tropical storm. These are crazy days indeed. And then the coronavirus is surging as well. Plus, you got wildfires and shit. And then you're getting a bunch of severe weather tomorrow in this area. Just letting you know. And then we're watching out for the next storm, hurricane, which I think will be about September 3rd, but there's always a chance we could get hit with something sooner. You following me, dog? Okay. So I would guess the next threat would come from this area. But remember, Henri really wasn't that much of a threat until bang, it was a threat. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you got major, massive, catastrophic flooding happening in Tennessee. And if you have flooding that'll probably be happening here, you have storms already moving in, even though the hurricane won't make landfall for 24 hours, or 20 hours. And then you have lots of fog, which vampires hide in. And in Washington, in Idaho, you're under a flash flood warning as well. Henri Margasidia is saying the lower Hudson Valley, he thinks, is the place to watch for serious flooding given the already high water. Remember, all these areas have been super saturated by Tropical Storm Fred, who moved through the area. And I think all these rain and flood totals are being massively underdone. Remember, there was no great warning for Tennessee to get a foot of rain. Jen Carfagino says the scary flooding situation in the middle of Tennessee is scary. Henry Rothenberg, heartbreaking Sky 5 captured first responders being lowered from another helicopter to check on 2 vehicles in Trace Creek along Highway 70 in Waverly. People getting swept away in the flooding and the debris. And Jockey Henri. Breaking. Red star sign alert. The State Department has been hit by a cyber attack, and notifications of a possible serious breach were made by the Department of Defense Cyber Command. And then you got an absolutely stunning 2,106 new COVID cases reported today among Tennessee's school-age children. For kids, it's the worst moment of pandemic, and the pandemic is still skyrocketing, man. And then there's always the volcanoes. Remember, the earthquake in Haiti killed thousands of people a week ago. But me being super tired and being super grateful to God and Asteroid Fight Club for being so good to me. Because you guys usually reward me when I work really hard. And I always work really hard. I'm just grateful to have electricity, to be alive, to have my health. And since I love making videos, I'm grateful to still be here as your planetary defense commander. But yeah, I've been warning, shit is going to get super crazy leading up to the 27th, 28th of the month. And it will be escalating in its strifiness, you know. And so I'm just walking you through it, giving you updates as we watch Henri. This is going to cause some major problems, man. And Brian McNulty, who's never moldy, is showing us the rain bands that are coming in that aren't even part of officially Hurricane Henri. So Henri's just spewing out moisture. So it's kind of like state of emergency for New York City and USA and the world. You know, August pandemic. Vibes. Eris, Pluto square shit. Pluto square Eris. And also, I had a thing, like last August, I only averaged 1,600 steps a day because I was in super hardcore lockdown mode. And I'm feeling a lot better. I'm averaging 7,000 steps this month. And I've been trying to walk a lot since March. So I guess me being healthier and more active is really good for my mental state, because I've been in a good mood for a week since I saw Black Widow with my friend, and then I saw 3 super bands with another friend. One of my friends was in the band. And then I haven't had any COVID symptoms after journeying out with people last weekend. So I don't know. I've just been in a really good mood for a week, I guess. But it's probably because I'm crazy. Because no, the world is definitely doomy. People are always trying to tell me, here's the reasons you need to be worried. Here's the reasons you need to be scared. Here's the reasons you need to be sad. Here's the reasons you need to be depressed. And I guess I'm like sticking my fingers in my ear going, la, 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 la. I'm going to enjoy life while I still have it and my health and things that I appreciate. Hey, if it helps to take out some of your frustration and anger, if you want to down thumbs this video, go right ahead. If you want to leave a super angry comment about me, that's fine. I'll probably survive it. Who knows? Maybe people die when they get like a million angry comments, but I've only had like a couple 100,000 comments total. And I would say 95% of them are usually really nice and awesome. Constructive. Okay. Was it talking about, oh yeah, Henri. There's just a whole lot happening. And people are like complaining like, oh, it doesn't look like a hurricane. Well, it's still going to be windy, bro. And it's going to bring a whole lot of rain. Plus, it's going to cause major power outages. That's the big story of like, if I was here, would I evacuate? My whole point is, if I could afford to go west and not have power outage and go on a little adventure, I would probably do it with my imaginary girlfriend. I need to teach my imaginary girlfriend how to cook. At some point in time, I need to just bail and go to the ocean between now and Monday. Oh, so we've been looking at Jupiter and Saturn with the moon in the sky. Last night, they were so super duper gorgeous and very bright. We just had Saturn or Jupiter opposition. And then across, right after sundown, you'll see Venus right across from Jupiter. The celestial symphony that moves above us nightly. It's pretty spectacular, in my opinion. Okay. But yeah, boom. This is mixed precipitation over the next 48 hours. Red spot saying you got danger coming up. Yeah, I mean, that's still like 5 to 7 inches for a lot of areas, but I still think you'll get more than, I think you'll see some places up in here get more than 7 inches. And then here's right by your danger zone for the severe weather over the next few days. Yeah, but just the whole point of this video was pretty much simply, Henri has an eye. All right, here comes the heavy science you can use if you're in that area. Because now we're asking, like, where will it land? And how strong will it be? Remember, for a non-tropical storm as this, the most of the rain is going to be on the west side of the storm. Okay, the Euro says Sunday at noon, it makes landfall right about here on Long Island with about 70 mile per hour top wind speeds, wind gusts. Euro says it comes in at about 70 mile per hour, 65 mile per hour wind gusts at landfall on Sunday at 10 a.m. The NAM predicts a stronger landfall around noon with 63 knot wind gusts, and the icon pulls it in about noon. But it's most of them predicted it about a Category 1 hurricane strength right now. But the Euro puts like all the super heavy rain, like 2.3 inches an hour, towards like New York and Pennsylvania and Connecticut and whatever that state is, and Jersey. And then the NAM switches it over here. And then the GFS maybe right down there. And then, but yeah, like the icon is like super heavy rain for New York. And then the NAM and the GFS aren't as high on the rain totals, but it's going to be a slow mover. So I think it's going to be super rainy. That's my opinion. Yeah, as Eric Fisher says, the biggest question left is axis of heaviest rainfall and the worst flooding. Connecticut and West Massachusetts are best bets. There should be some localized 5 to a foot of rain totals mixed in there through Monday. Vermont and central Maine also on guard. Man, the wildfire situation in California and in Canada and even in Idaho and Washington and Oregon, it's really, really bad, but it's like everybody, I guess, has wildfire fatigue. The media doesn't seem to talk about it much. But it's really, really bad. I'd say this year's worse than last year's. The Caldor fire is now pushing hard east. Hey, definitely if you get a chance tonight later, if it's not cloudy, be sure and check out Jupiter and the Moon and Saturn, although they'll be placed a little different. Tonight, it's been the show and Jupiter's still super bright. Saturn's pretty bright as well. And remember, the year's probably going to get wilder, so do your best to have as much fun as you can, when you can, where you can, between now and the end of the year. Explosive California wildfires could burn into December. Smoke them if you got them, but then dispose of your butt properly and safely. So you got Henri as a French name, and then you got your Breckenridge fire cam showing the French fire capping out in the noon hour Saturday after taking a break earlier this morning after capping out overnight. And I don't really know what capping out means. It sounds like you're putting a cap on it, but it's a pyrocumulus thing, so it seems like that's bad. And the virus is going to continue to be a horrible problem. Chief Art Acebo, the chief of police in Miami, who used to be Houston's chief of police and is a cool guy, sadly reporting the 5th South Florida police officer dies from COVID complications this week. If we'd lost 5 police officers to gunfire or robbers in a single week, you would definitely hear about it, and it would be mildly alarming and saying that, yeah, you're having the wildfire situation, the coronavirus situation, the hurricane situation, and a divided nation situation attacking each other, all happening at the same time. And this will be leading up to the 27th. That'll be the peak, and then it'll kind of ease down, and then we'll get another peak like that in the middle of October. So hang in there, buddy. Be smart, make good choices, play good defense, and try and tell a good joke when you can in the right situation. Crazy days. All right, I'm wrapping this video up. Sound good? Y'all have a great day, and I'll keep you posted of things as they happen. That's what I do. All right. God bless everyone.